This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael.
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
That worked! Good morning, sir.
We are. We're up in here. Crack a dawn.
Absolutely.
How's it going?
It's regular.
I hear you might have a rapturous quote for me.
I'm going to try.
First of all, we're doing magic.
Yes.
In case you're watching. If you're not watching, you need to go and watch. We're doing some magic again today.
My rapturous quote for today it's a rapper quote.
Thanks.
It's the game, and it's from his song called Jesus Peace. It's not funny like yours are. It's just regular. I just thought it was clever. So,
okay. We love a good, clever lyric.
So in a nutshell, he basically said, cocaine that'll blow their brain, no Cobain.
Wow.
It wasn't.
Too soon?
No. When did Cobain kill himself?
That was in the 90s, wasn't it?
Oh, we good. It's 2023.
Decades ago.
At least two.
I guess that is sort of clever.
Yeah.
Morbid, but clever.
Yeah, morbid as hell.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with the game.
Yeah, he had the, I was about to say Jesus Walks, Lord. He had the, he has the song.
Close.
I'm gonna sign. Go ahead and envy me. I'm Rap's MVP. He had that song that Timbaland produced for him. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. It was very repetitive. It was pretty good. It was.
I'll have to search for it.
It's off his first album, the documentary. Because remember he had beef with 50 Cent after he was rebuked from G Unit.
Oh, he was in G Unit.
Yeah. If you ever go back and watch In the Club, he has like a little small cameo. He has a headband on with his bald head. Or really low haircut. Might be a little
Shit
bit
on
low.
him.
I can't remember.
Shit on him already.
That came out
Right out the gate, we're shitting.
2002? Because my grandmother bought me a CD burner that I could copy disc onto disc, and I bootlegged the hell out of 50 Cent's first CD. Don't
Hey, girl. Good thing you got the, what was that TV show he was in?
50 Cent?
Yeah.
Power?
Power.
Yeah, they got like 12 spinoffs, but they're all right.
Did he get one?
Yeah, but his character got killed.
Wouldn't it be funny if he didn't get one?
Well, he got EP credit as long as he gets paid. Who gives a shit?
They were like, listen, we've got this great show, but we're going to do all these spinoffs, and he's the only one that didn't go anywhere. They're like, turns out we just really should have replaced him.
No, he has his spinoff too, but it's representing him as a kid. It's called Raising Canaan. Nah, he does like the monologue at the opening.
AKA everybody but him.
He does the monologue. He does the monologue throughout the show.
Where he sits in a room and they go,
by himself.
Just say with these words.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
But that's life.
He gets money though.
Hell, I'll take a check and just walk into a room and talk for a few minutes and walk back out. Because you got to think he has EP credit because he brought the original concept of the original show before the spinoffs.
Executive producer.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know what EP was.
So what's on your mind?
We're doing things a little differently today because I thought I would come up with a topic. No, honestly, so we're all about transparency here on the Not Personal podcast. That's completely personal, and we just say it's not.
Absolutely.
It's been a while, so I thought we'd do a little life update.
Okay.
Talk about the world and
okay.
How we're living.
Okay.
No, just so much has happened, and we've dusted on it in different episodes, but I moved, in with only.
Oh, I thought you moved again. I was like, I didn't hear about this.
No.
Like, when this
You're
happened?
like, what?
I'm finding out with y'all.
I moved, and I didn't realize how much changed.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a few things that have come up.
Okay.
And I realized I'm a logistic. And you don't like logistics.
Okay.
And so anyway, we'll start there.
Okay.
So what's been going on, camera one, hi. Earphone one, if you're listening. I never talk to the listeners.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you
I gotta come up with something. Camera one for the viewer, but
we'll think so.
Stereo one for the listener. Earbud one. I don't know.
Well, technically, you would be the left side of the car.
Left ear.
I guess. I don't know.
Left ear, can you hear me? No, I don't know why. Something popped up in my mind the other day, and I realized, like, my mom has OCD.
Okay.
But I used to think she had, like, extreme OCD. But now I'm thinking, I think she just likes structure.
Okay.
And I think I'm that person too. And so we used to have structure because we always worked together. Yeah. I would drive down.
Right.
It was only an hour then. But I had to come for work at the club.
Here, yeah.
You know. Speaking of in the club, I guess in the club though, yes. For our earlier example. But we knew, like, we were going to record on this day, you know, till you stop showing up. But factual podcast. So, but we knew, like, I knew I'm going to do, you know, this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, this on, you know, I knew how my week was going to go. And when I moved, I didn't have any of that. You know, we tried to keep our day, even though it was logistically different.
Right.
We love a good logistic.
Right.
But, you know, like, it sort of became, you weren't as happy when you would show up. You'd be like, these motherfuckers are here.
Yeah, but it wasn't you.
Well, I know, but it sort of felt like a chore, you know, and it sort of felt like it got moved to a different burners logistically.
My life is a chore.
Well, but you know how that goes. And I think, like, I was so nervous about moving in with Only that I didn't even think about the other stuff. Like, and turns out the easiest part was living with him.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I don't think it's weird, though.
You don't think so?
No, because once you move in together, you just have to figure out each other's habits and likes and dislikes. But I think that's even if you don't partner up or join in union with somebody. We all have to figure that out. I mean, I got to figure out my kids, what they like and don't like. I got to figure out what boundaries I'm going to let them push. And I think that's with a job, whether it's, you got to figure out how far you can manipulate or push your manager and vice versa. How reliable they may or may
if
not
the manager gives a shit or not. Shows up or not.
Or responds to forms of contact.
Ever reads anything.
Yeah, so I think that applies to all facets of life. I think it just looks different based on the relationship with that person.
Okay.
I don't know if that made sense, but.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I always wonder, you know, sometimes you hear phrases like, you know, God, they just know how to juggle everything. They just always seem to make it work. And it sounds easy, I guess. I don't know. Like, anyway, what I was going to say more, you know, just continue on our little updates. So I was thinking about it, and I think I moved in October.
I think so.
And we're now not in October. By the time you hear this, it'll be even further past today.
Yes.
But roughly, I kind of want you to beep it out. Just for funny. Just to be funny. So it's been 6 months.
Okay.
Camera one might have read my lips, but left ear won't know what I said. If it's still in there, it means we forgot.
Probably.
Which has happened.
Let me write that down now. Let me see.
Which has happened.
I don't even have my phone. It's over there.
Quite a few times. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you said you had the topic, so I didn't have to look, so.
Look at new stuff happening every day. New things coming up all the time. No, I just, where was I talking about?
Oh, the 6th.
Oh, yeah. So, 7, 10, 9, 11, 4. So, I don't know why I thought of this the other day, but I was like, God, it's been. I couldn't believe how much had changed.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I was worried about is the only thing that was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was dumb on my part because I obviously weren't thinking. I weren't thinking.
Okay.
But no, like I was thinking about like how I had this like really great schedule, and now I don't have it, and I've got to find it again, and I'm working on it. But it got harder to do the podcast. Is where I was coming with all this life stuff because I moved instead of an hour of me driving, it was now 2 hours of us alternating driving. Logistics.
Okay.
Well, and your life changed too. We're not allowed to talk about his life on here on the personal podcast, just mine.
We're talking about my life. What was your question, sir?
I don't have any questions.
Oh.
I was going to let you volunteer information, whatever you wanted to say. But you got that new job.
Okay.
And your friends started coming back. Big bro.
Okay.
Shout out. Little bro. Right hand man. Not bro. They started showing back up again. And that's nice.
Well, I had a heart-to-heart with them. I was vulnerable.
You had a talking to. Gave them a what for?
It took some liquid courage, but I had a conversation.
Tell me about it.
I just was like, it was on my birthday. Was it on my birthday? I think it was on my birthday. Okay. So I had some beverages, and we was outside of both our grandparents' house. And little bro, his grandfather used to live across the street before he passed, and they sold it or whatever. So we was out there talking, and I was like, you know what? I gotta say it. I gotta quit being a punk. So I was like, hey man, I ain't saying y'all got to hang out with me day in, day out, but like I moved back and like I hit you guys up and you don't even hit me back. You know what I mean? Let alone actually come out of the house. Yeah. And I'm a punk, so it took a little. Not this, obviously.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to say that. Go ahead.
Oh, you go. And then we talked about it, and it was nice to know that Big Bro didn't. Sometimes he has this habit of making it your fault, even though it's not your fault.
Okay.
Like, if I say, hey, I'm going to give a terrible analogy, that's what I'm good for.
Why don't you give a real one? He doesn't listen.
Oh, that's true. Well, I told him one time years ago, I said, you don't know how to apologize. And it threw him off. He was quiet as shit, like, you might be right.
Yeah.
That's
that sounds
one of
right.
the few times he didn't spit it on me. But like, we were supposed to hang out one time, and then he was like, well, you said you was going to hit me up, and you never called me. I'm like, I did hit you. I may not have called. I reached out. So I'm not crazy. Like, if I contact you and you don't contact me in return, and it says you read the text, because his text feed, he has red notifications on. So you'll text him, and then you'll see he read it, and then like hours go by and he just don't respond, which is fine. We all have life. But it's like, you can't tell me I didn't contact you when I see you read the message. But he's like, oh, you didn't hit me up. I'm like, it says read, so you may have been half asleep and swiped across it, but you at least opened your phone and, you know what I mean? But he'll spin it, what is that called, gaslighting? Is that what gaslighting is?
I think it might be.
Okay, because I've heard other people's examples of gaslighting. Yeah, he's a gaslighter. So, yeah, I had to politely call that out. Like I said, I hate confrontation. I avoid confrontation at all times.
You do.
I do.
But I think we all do to a certain extent, on some level. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
So, no, I do know what you mean. I'm a punk.
Well, but it's also like, I think our lives have changed.
Yeah.
I sent a text message saying that maybe we should have a farewell episode. This is the farewell episode. We'll see. All this is coming down. If you're listening, you're like, why does this sound really awkward? Here's the reason. So our lives have changed so much, and that extra hour, it makes it, well, it does. And it sort of puts you in a bad mood. Like, as soon as I pulled up today, I was like, God, the drivers.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with you.
Where the hell are they? Like, where do they think they are?
Right.
I passed this one car, and I swear to you they were asleep. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, do you know that you're on the highway? Like, you're not in bed at home.
Yeah.
You probably should have stayed there.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're on the highway.
Yeah.
Here in the Matrix.
No, I agree with you. Like when I get to your house, it's nothing. It's never anything to do with you. It's the sitting.
It feels that way though.
Oh, if it
like,
does,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
Not what I mean
it's that you're so tense in traffic.
Yes.
And like mine this morning, because of the time that I left in rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
Because I still got here 45 minutes before if I would have waited for rush hour traffic.
Right. You get here at the same time anyway. Yeah.
So it's like I got here earlier than I would have if I'd have waited. Anyway, but go ahead. What were you saying?
And then, no, because I agree with you, because you live in the city you live in isn't bigger, but the cities en route to where you live is much bigger than this city.
Yeah.
And so it's like, do I deal with the traffic going to it or do I deal with the traffic coming down?
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and then there's road work, like real road work where 9 times out of 10 when I'm coming back, I get stuck sitting right when I cross. We don't even live in the same state, so don't worry about where he lives. when I'm coming back.
I almost text you like, I finally crossed the state line.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what kills it for me.
Which actually, that was whatever.
This part is not irritating me. We got the delay.
Oh.
You're good, though. If you want, we can take the headphones off because we know that it sounds good.
Oh, it's up here.
Yeah, the latency.
Oh.
But it's still recording.
Yeah, because it's throwing me off. Okay, sorry. Doing a little magic trick trying to figure this stuff out.
Wireless shit is a mofo.
So but anyway.
It's still recording. If you want, you can unplug it so you don't hear it coming out of the headphones. Yeah, it's still recording.
No, you're good. I was like, the hell?
I did too.
And all of a sudden started talking to me in my voice, and I was like, what?
Look at God.
He's mad at me. If he existed. But so I'm not touching that. So oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna unplug
Hold on, yeah.
Just this part.
Sorry, magic time. No, what were we saying? Oh, that threw me off completely.
You're fine. The drive was killing me. This part doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Listen, crossing the state line, that's when the shit started.
Yeah.
Like, mine starts crossing into your state and yours starts crossing into mine.
Yeah.
It's
annoying.
So crazy. But anyway, but that, like, it's, you just sort of feel like, well, okay, sorry,
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get this episode done then, I guess. But then it's sort of like, we don't really talk anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we used to have we used to walk at work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed in the episodes, we don't talk about walking at work anymore. Or we're not like, did I tell you about that when we were walking, or did I tell you about it on here? You remember we used to be like, did I tell you about that on here?
Right. Then we would have to pause talking about it while we walked because we want to talk about it here.
Yeah. But like, we don't have that.
Yeah, it won't work.
And that sort of, I miss that.
Me too, but I mean, it's a lot easier for you to work from home than it is. Serving drinks on camera is much easier at the house.
Well, I do the billing now.
Oh, okay.
Somebody asked me the other day. They were like, "So, are you still serving drinks?" I was like, "Well, no, I'm in the accounting department now. I gained weight as mentioned by the co-host a couple times. I have since lost a pound, but whatever."
You're going back in. I see it.
Liar.
I'm dead serious.
You just say that because I told you.
I'm not. I'm dead serious.
But no, I moved to the accounting department, so that's why I can do it from home, and I can be 2 hours away.
That 2 hours sucks. I'm just being honest. It sucks ass.
It does. So anyway, we've decided we're going to try something. Michael came up with the idea. We'll see. Well, because life happens, and it's one of those things where it brings me back to my old schedule. So I knew every day what I was going to do. I knew what all of my days looked like. And then the weekend sort of had a little surprise because, me and Only didn't live together. So we would get together and do something, or, we came down here a few times. Do you remember that? Yeah. When we went and got donuts.
I remember no donuts. I remember him sitting right there.
We came and got our hair.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Michael does hair randomly, and so we got our hair done, and we went and brought the family donuts on the way back. Anyway, so like little stuff like that, we don't do that anymore. We don't even try. We don't even talk about
It's
it.
so hard to do.
Like we're not doing the picture that we so confidently
Yes,
talked about. Michael confidently talked about in one of the episodes roughly 6 months ago. We still haven't done the picture. Doesn't seem like we're going to do the picture.
Well, I have a reason why I can tell you that off camera.
Okay. We won't remember to talk about it.
No, I will. I actually will tell you.
6 months from now, when this episode plays, I'm going to text you and be like, we never talked about that. we never talked about why we're not doing the picture. But we'll see. Listen, if you show up and there's no episode next week after this one, farewell. I'm Venus then. See you on the next one.
Thank you for listening.
We might have another one after this. We might turn into a sporadic podcast. Who knows?
How this stuff messes.
Well, factual.
So that's the topic for today.
Factual. Yeah, I told you it was going to be.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You just said life update. I thought you meant you was going to tell me something new.
Well, yeah. Well, that. I thought that was, okay. I thought it was the text before that one. Anyway, so, sorry, surprise! Surprise topic of today.
Hot mess.
No, there will be an episode after this because we're here for the day, the whole day.
We can just reverse them.
True. This will not come out loud. Oh my God, do not call anybody. Do not call anybody. Do not call anybody.
Did you hang up?
I have no idea. I don't know how to tell. None of those words sounded like anything that I just said.
You didn't even say SIRI at all.
None of it. None of it. None of it. I could be dying on the side of the road. She don't care.
Yes.
I can say, there's a computer over there on the desk. And she's like, let me look that up for you. And I'm like,
yes, but when you need her,
yeah, she can't be
she's
found.
useless, yes.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, I forgot what we were talking about.
The drive?
Oh, so I'm trying to regain some sort of schedule. Mm-hmm. That's what I texted you about the other thing. Mm-hmm. My accounting schedule. No, because I miss I haven't been to the gym in forever. We don't go to the gym anymore because time is of the essence. When we finally make it 2 hours later, it's fuck everything else. We gotta record. Which also sort of feels now it feels like a job. Instead of it feeling like it's fun.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael went on a lot of good vacations, which meant he had to go back to work. Had to work a few extra days.
My ass is broke.
But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Our problem is we'll do that. Still ain't got that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, something.
So it's sort of when I see it, we'll be there.
Well, the person, I won't say which photographer I was going to reach out to. One of the photographers, I've reached out to a few, but one of them specifically, somebody they're associated with, I don't know if I should say it on here because I don't know if they do or do not listen. I think they do listen. So I'm going to leave it alone.
Do they not like us?
No, they don't have no problem with us. They just over-embellished on something that happened as though they were doing me a favor. I'll tell you about it.
Made you feel like they were doing you a favor.
Yeah.
This may or may not be the topic. The next on the non-personal podcast.
I just didn't like how that particular situation was handled.
Okay.
As though somebody did me a favor when they
you owe me one.
No, they hooked me up and they are the seed that planted the tree. When they
for the podcast?
No, for me. I got to tell you about how
you a tree?
No, they
are you growing?
Well, we all growing, or we all dying and growing.
Isn't that weird?
I know how we grow and we die at the same time.
So listen, really quickly on another topic. Since we're talking about life, so I used to be huge.
Deep as a kiddie pool, part 2.
I used to be huge, but when I lost the weight, here's the thing. If you want to do something for your life, camera 2, left ear, I kind of like that left ear. I might stick with that one if I can remember it once a month. So my body had to adjust and respond to it not being the same.
Right.
And it birthed Bercy.
Didn't you have Bercy before?
I would have had Bercy regardless.
Because of age.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, and pressure. Pressure applied.
Bust pipes and makes backwards.
But I think it came earlier because I was now making her work.
Oh, got you.
Whereas I was only making her work by the weight she was carrying
right.
on a daily basis. I was now adding other weight that had been taken away and making her move.
Oh, okay.
So I think it enhanced when Bercy was born.
So it moved the calendar up.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, Bercy's been in hibernation, and we're thankful for Bercy being in hibernation, so we're not trying to talk her up, knock on knee. We're not trying to talk her back up to wake her up.
Okay.
But compensating for Bercy, birthed Petunia, which is plantar vaginis in my left heel.
You also play pickleball like 14 times a week. So.
I did. I don't anymore.
Why?
I don't anymore. It's so crazy. Well, because, okay, so where I live.
You had like I'd say 14, but you had like 3 designated time, like in a 7.
I had my entire schedule, which I'm not saying is the best way to live. I just liked it. Okay. Like I knew when I was going to do this, when I'm going to do that. Like I had a conversation on a few nights ago. I was playing pickleball. I was there's a league, and I subbed for somebody else, and I was talking to one of the other guys there, and I said, you know, like as you get better, you like move up in level, and I'm the type of person, like, I like to get better because the more I understand what I'm doing, the more fun I have at it.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I just show up and have fun.
Right, you like to know
I'm
the
not
why.
that person.
Yeah, I like to know the why.
I need to know, like, what am I doing?
Right.
If I feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I may not be playing great, but I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing wrong. I still will have fun.
Right.
And I said, but, like, I'm sort of in this weird in-between where I don't really know what level I am, but I know what level I'm not, and I know what level above me I'm not. I know I'm somewhere in the middle scale. But the more I meet the people in the level that I'm not at yet, or may never be, they like never play. They never seem to have fun. And they're always like, well, yeah, I just play, you know, once or twice a month, and like every once in a while.
Just something to do.
And I'm like, but I do it for the exercise too.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I want to continue doing it. But if you're doing it for exercise and you're trying to play with people that are above you, so you can like see what else, what you want to try to learn next, they're playing once a month.
Oh, because they're that good, or because they don't use it for exercise?
I think because I think it's one of those things. This is just my opinion. Nobody said these words. Hinted. A few people have hinted at them. But it's sort of like you hit this level where you're not really an amateur anymore, and you're not a pro because you're not good enough to play against like the pros. Yeah. But you're really too good to play with us, the amateurs. You're sort of in this zone where unless you can find 3 other people that are in your zone that all at the same time are available to play.
You either beat the scrubs or you just don't play.
You're either half-assing it playing the amateurs or you're getting smoked by the pros. Like there's no, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was talking to this guy a few nights ago at the league, and I was like, you know, the more I meet these people, I'm like, not that I think I can reach that level, but part of me is like, do I even want to?
Right,
do I even want to learn that far? Like, because then I'm like, oh God,
I ain't got nobody to play.
Yeah, unless I like drag people along with me, you know, which may or may not happen because everybody develops differently. And you know, like I played in that tournament. The guy that I played with, loved playing with him. He has less time than I have. So like, even if we were, even let's say we're exactly the same level, whatever number or level we are. If I have more time, so I have more practice, just logically,
right.
It may not work that way because his threshold may be higher than mine. But at a certain point, we're not going to be the same level anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and that's not against him or me. It's just that's how the nature of the sports go. Yeah. And so it's sort of like there is a part of me that's like, well, I wonder if I should start like really planning now. Like, all right, who looks like that they're doing this also more often? Oh, okay. So I can sort of like, you know,
yeah, but like you said,
have a few groups.
Get stuck in that tier, then
yeah.
But if there's more people in that tier, then you got more people.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, we'll see. I may never make it.
I mean, you might though. So why you don't play as often as you used to?
So where I live now, it's just harder
to get to it. Or?
It's harder because you don't know when people play.
They don't got a website or nothing?
Well,
an app for that?
So like, okay, so where I used to live,
right.
I knew where they played. I knew who was coming. I knew all the people. I still know all the people. I know what time they're going to be there, which days they play. So I know when to show up and I know when to be like, you know what? Have your fun. I'll do something different. Okay. Because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to beat you up and I don't want to try to change what I'm doing to not play as much. Oh, okay. You know, and vice versa. You know, there are people where I'm like, I'm not there yet. Y'all have fun. I don't want to be in your way. Go for it. But where I live now, weather aside, because you have your sort of indoor places and outdoor places, but weather aside, most places, if there's an open play, it's like new people. And because it's a larger place with a larger number of population, it's harder
to get on
there. So Only is doing great. Okay. He's living life. He's found his people, and and I'm thrilled for it. But for me, that's a harder part. So what ends up happening is I usually like, if somebody goes, hey, I'm getting this group together, are you available? I'll go, oh yeah, actually I am available. And I'll just randomly go play with this group that's already put together.
Oh, but you don't have set locations like you used to.
Right.
No. But are there designated?
I don't know if that maybe is it. Sorry, left ear, if you're still hanging in there with me.
But aren't there like so they don't have a set like these days? I just thought that the YMCA has pickleball at these hours. You can just show up.
Yes and no. So it's more about the people, not necessarily. Like a lot of the
for you, it's more about the people.
So let's say there's 4 indoor facilities that I'm aware of. 4. We'll just say there's 4. Of the 4, one of them almost exclusively has volleyball at all times. So they just randomly once every month will be like, hey, for 2 hours we're going to have these courts will be available for y'all to play pickleball.
Oh, okay, but
instead of them being volleyball courts.
Okay, gotcha.
The other 3 have pickleball. One of them has volleyball too, but the other one. But for the most part, like they have pickleball. But there's so many people, they have to like, we can only have 25 people from this time to this time because there's only so many courts and there's, you know.
I was like trying to get in the club. If you don't get there before 10, you ain't getting in.
Like Only is signing up for 2 weeks from now so he can get in before it fills up. 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just not that proactive. Okay. And so most of the time when I do end up playing, I drive back to where I used to live. Oh. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or I randomly find a group that, you know, somebody will text me and say, hey, we had somebody drop out. Can you sub in for our group that we're going to do at such and such day at such and such time? And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure.
They don't have any outdoor pickleball courts?
They do, but similar issue. let's say, okay, so there's we'll do this one. I'll use this one as an example. They have 8 courts, but you have your people that rent them, sort of like some of the groups that I join. So then that reduces the number of courts available. But then there's open play. Well, if you show up and there's 50 people,
you ain't never gonna play.
You'll play one game and then you'll sit and wait for your turn again for another
and
court.
It kills one.
And you're like, well, I came here to exercise.
Right.
At the base,
right.
I'm here to exercise. Right. I want to move. I want to get my heart rate up. I want to play, obviously. Right. But the root of this is exercise for me. So me sitting there for an hour or even 20 minutes waiting for the next game, what is that doing for my heart?
Well, I thought pickleball was like booming, or it's just that many people.
Oh, it is.
And not enough facilities.
It's growing. There's just not enough places.
Okay.
So you take so even where I used to live, they just taped off a new court because they've grown literally where I started. They've grown, which is great, but they've grown where people are having to wait. People are sitting there waiting for the next game.
Yeah.
And so they now have 4 outdoor courts. They're limited by space on indoor, so they only have 3. But they have 4 outdoors.
So you pull out, and it's just mofos going crazy playing pickleball. Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna be sitting here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kill my motivation too.
Which is also why I'm like, I'm not even gonna drive. I know that's what's happening. I'm not even gonna drive there because the days that I'm there and I'm with the rental group, I see the other courts. I see all of them standing up against the fence, waiting for their turn.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah.
Putting their paddles there together so they know who's next. Like, I see it while I'm on this court, and I don't have to get off because it's rented.
Right.
So, and I look over there, and I'm like, I ain't even driving for this. It's a waste of my time.
Right.
That
sucks.
But the gym, I need to add the gym back in. I do miss it.
I've been twice in the last 2 weeks. I'm missing the shit out of the gym.
Listen, I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Oh, we're going today, yeah.
I get the notifications.
Yes.
And I was like, I wonder if he took me off his list.
No, just ain't been.
I almost texted you yesterday like, did you take me off your watch list? Because it's fine if you did. I just wanted to make sure my watch wasn't acting up.
2,000 calories discourages me every day, but I have not turned mine off. No, man, I tell you, I went, what's today?
I can't tell
Tuesday
you.
night, 11:30. Okay, I know what day it is. Okay, so I went yesterday morning. And I set my alarm for it. So I went at like 5 in the morning, which I'm not even a 5 in the morning, go to the gym type of person. I go sporadically throughout the week.
Sure.
It's still a total of 4 days, but it's usually Saturday, Sunday, and 2 more times. Like if we go, that's 1 more extra day. Yeah. And then I might go 1 or 2 days throughout the week. But it's typically about 4. Yeah. And literally 2 of them is Saturday and Sunday every week. Yeah. When I tell you this week, that's the second day I went. I went Sunday. I think I went Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So I've been twice in 2 weeks. Like I got up this morning, I set my alarm, I was like, last night I was like, hell, you're going in the morning. I laid down early. I was probably asleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I woke up
I fell asleep about 8:30 last night.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I woke up this morning.
Well, I woke back up, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I slept.
Yeah.
But I woke up this morning about 5:10, got up, got ready to go pee. I peed. And then I was like, fuck that gym. I just rolled back over. And that is the story of why I have not been to the gym. Well, also the hotel I stayed at last week, it was ghetto as hell. No gym, no pool. They were like, yeah, we have pools and amenities. No, you have hotel rooms. That is all. They were resurfacing the pool.
Did you pay?
Yeah, but I mean, I knew what it was because it was across the street from where I needed to be. So I didn't have to rent a car. I could literally...
By the way, Michael signed up for a new job. Which also adds...
No, it's to replace the stripping at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm trying to get the hell away from stripping.
Yeah.
It's really taxing on my body keeping it up. I'm just talking. No, you know how I feel about the actual job we do. So, yeah, 4.5 years, I'm good.
I got a message the other day from a friend of mine.
A fellow stripper.
And they said something. They were like, blah, 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 stripping. I busted out laughing.
So they've been listening.
Because I was like, all right, I see you. Thanks. I almost said, thank you for listening to our Nosey nonsense.
Absolutely.
But I didn't. Here's your thank you for listening to our Nosey Nonsense, girl.
Terrible. No, it was just...
You'll probably forget you even text me that all this time later.
No, so it was just, it was literally go downstairs, walk across, like literally across the street.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I didn't have to worry about a rent a car or Uber or Lyft.
Do you really think you could do the new job full time?
Yeah.
Okay.
$2,500 a pop.
It seems like it would be taxing though too.
It's about a 2 hour, 3 hour thing. But what I want to do is build it to, if I just do 3 clients a week.
You know, you could start it with the other job, your dream job that you were going to do.
The fact that I have that experience helps with it.
But you could do both.
No, technically you have to have...
While you're building.
Well, this one you have to have if it's in the same shop, it has to be enclosed because it's...
What I mean is...
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a job either way.
Yeah.
So if you were going to do one in your shop...
Well, the shop I'm working on is going to be able to create content, and it's closer to you. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'll tell you about it later.
Something
By the time this episode comes out...
I wonder if we'll do the photo shoot on the same day.
No, this is for real, though.
The photo shoot's not for real.
Photo shoot is also. I wish I could just say it on here, but I think at least one of these 4 people, it might be 10 people that are the cause of this. I'm just throwing numbers out so they don't pick up on what I'm putting down. But the group of individuals who really turned me off, I don't forgot the point of what I was trying to say. Oh, they might listen. But anyway. So I'm going to...
Oh, of the photo shoot.
Yeah, so I'm going to find...
Oh, I was like, turns you off of what?
The photo shoot. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay.
I should have,
It's okay, same.
But, so yeah.
This is just going to be, we should call this stream of consciousness.
Stream of fake consciousness.
Stream of, in quotes, consciousness. No, I've been thinking a lot over the last few days. Mm-hmm. Clearly. But really, I've been thinking over a lot over the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm starting to make the small adjustments that hopefully I can set myself up for the bigger adjustments that are more long term.
Okay.
Like I went home, hometown, to visit and saw some of my old gym friends who were also pickleball friends.
Very cool.
And I was like, yeah, I don't really lift weights anymore. And they were like, oh, well, you should really get back into it. You know, it's good for your physical health. And I'm like, turns out I feel it. I feel it going away. So that was even more motivation to be like, you know what, that really was, not even just a health thing. It was also I felt so much better. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
Okay. I still don't really know what our topic is, but I'm rolling with you.
I told you, stream of consciousness.
I don't have that. It's not in my tool
I just
bag.
thought it would be a good check-in. A good, hey, how you doing, how you been?
Oh, okay.
Here's what's been going on.
I can dig it.
So if you know.
I don't really have any life updates.
Just... If the episodes seem random, here's why. I don't know. Does it feel weird? Like sometimes I feel like we should check in because, you know, the 3 listeners that we have, like, I don't know. Like sometimes I think because they know us, sometimes I think, is this how you're checking in on me? Hey, boo. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like people that like just check your Facebook status.
Okay.
Just so they're like, glad you're doing good. Yeah. They give you a little thumbs up every once in a while.
Yeah, I had somebody hit me up about the suicide episode. It was like, hey, you good? I said, well,
did you listen?
Well, fortunately, all that happened in 2010, 2011, as well as that episode we didn't record it and put it out the next day. So, you know, I'm good.
You're still here. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I
did the best I could.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I appreciate them checking in. But yes,
that was sweet.
I was good to go. Yeah. So that was cool.
I did have a thought though on my way down here. Mm-hmm. I thought, there's no reason that we couldn't meet halfway.
When will we record? Oh, you're talking about hanging out? Because even if this goes away, we gonna hang out.
When it happens, I'll see you. That's what I'm saying, though.
You know that word?
Say what?
You that word?
No. I just thought, like, life happens. I mean, like, I think about friends that I've had through the years that I love. I have nothing but love for them. I don't talk to them. They don't talk to me. But it's not a mean thing.
Right.
It's just life happens.
Well, it wouldn't be every week like we do this, but we still would hang out.
I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying reality. I'm just saying there's a girl, listen, bless her heart. We have texted, since I've moved back, we literally live, if at most, 25 minutes from each other.
Currently?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
We've texted probably in the 6 months since I've moved. Mm-hmm. We text, but when I used to live in the OG.
Like getting prepared to move.
I did say, hey, heads up, I am moving back in the area. We've probably texted, I don't know, 5 times over the last however long I've been there. I don't know if I just said it again or not. You're welcome. If I did, left ear.
You don't have headphones on. Not that it
but
matters.
They will.
I know.
I'm talking about their ear, not my ear.
I know.
Shut up. Don't confuse me, because then I'll be like, lefty. What was I saying?
Texting back and forth, and you've been there.
Still haven't seen each other.
Why?
Still have not met up. Who knows? Because you text.
What's the text look like, though? Is it like, hey, what you doing this weekend?
How are you doing? What's going on? Like, I'll post something, I posted something recently on Facebook. And she reached out, and I was like, we've got to get together. And if you scroll up, we've got to get together. Scroll up, we've got to get together. And it's sort of, you can see the timeline of like, you say, let's get together, sounds great, send me a few dates, no dates.
Okay.
And then you look, and you're like, crap, it's been 2 months. And something else in life has happened. So it's been posted, and now there's a new message. And 2 months from now, it'll be something else. And there'll still be no, like, there's somebody that I used to hang out with all the time. Saw him all the time. I've seen him once.
In the new area?
Yeah.
Do they live in the new area?
Yeah. And actually, I saw them right before I officially moved.
Yeah, but the difference is, for me, is because I've appreciated the effort over, even before we were doing this. We were friends, and we still are. We're colleagues, whatever. But even with this, like, I'm very grateful for the commitment of both of us driving back and forth. Because like I said, this shit ain't down the street.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for that. But I do feel like you kind of got in your feelings about other content creation or whatever. And because, like, you jokes and stuff.
Well, it's easier. Because they're all here.
Yeah, but I'm not going to prioritize those things over this. And I never have.
Well, did I say that?
No,
if I did, I'm sorry, because that wasn't
said
true.
Come off like that.
Well, okay. So because they're easier, I'm like, go for it.
But if I'm willing to do it, what does it matter?
You like a lot of burners. I can't have too many burners.
But all the
so
burners...
I'm looking at your burners through my eyes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but if I'm maintaining the burners, why does it matter?
Are you maintaining the burners?
I mean, we've missed 2 episodes in two
well, but
we've
got the kitty.
Even if we didn't have the kitty, we've literally missed 2 episodes.
We missed a lot of weeks.
And one of them I got stranded in fucking a whole nother state.
Well, I'm not even talking about those, but like you got to think like there's been a few times where we've done once a month.
Yeah, but
because we had the kitty, the once a month worked.
But if you do,
but that doesn't make it any different than once a month. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, does that make sense? I'm not blaming you. I'm not gaslighting anybody. Left ear, if you're thinking I'm gaslighting. I'm just saying, like, first of all, I'm looking at your 9 million burners through my eyes. One who doesn't do many burners well.
Right.
So I'm looking at your burners through my eyes because that's all I got.
Right.
I can't look at it through your eyes. So I'm also looking at, that would probably be a lot easier. I also, for a while, thought that the reason the other one stopped was because of something else. But so I was like, you should go do that one. I don't know if you remember that one. I'll remind you off camera.
Okay. No, but if I got, I'm going to use the words under control very loosely. If I have the,
Yes, let's maybe a different phrase.
because I live in chaos daily. But if this is, as long as if this goes away, we're still going to hang out. So that's why it shouldn't matter if there's 22 burners.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I don't think you think so.
Well, here's the thing. You may have to remind me from that time to time.
Because regardless if this goes away, we're going to hang out. Because I know that you know how to be a committed friend, and I appreciate that. Okay. But if we do keep doing this, then that's cool too. This is going to still be priority over anything else as far as content creation, so to speak. Because this is not, us hanging out is not limited to this. But I do understand what you mean when you say it's felt like that. Because like I say, you sit in the car for 2 hours, you're like, God damn, I'm really sick of this fucking traffic. And then you get there, you're like, all right, let's get this show on the road. You know what I mean?
Let's hurry up. I gotta be gone at this time. Let's get this over with.
Because I'm trying to run away from the traffic, even though there's really no way to run away from the traffic. Unless they, I want them to create teleportation devices. Do you think that'll ever happen? I'm not running away from the topic. I don't
know, because it would be very hard to destroy the atoms and then bring them back together.
I think so too.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And for all of the atoms to go to the
exact same spots. Yeah. So you don't be
at the exact same time. Right. Because arm out of the top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think like I don't. God in my feelings makes me feel a certain type of way in my feelings, but
but if that's the truth, that's
what
okay
I was
too.
doing was I was like, that seems easier, and you seem to be having more fun doing that. You should just do that. I think I was more giving permission is the wrong word.
I know what you mean though.
But I think in my own way, I was giving you here's my blessing that if this is your out, go for it. It's not gonna hurt my feelings in the way of I'm not gonna be like that motherfucker. I think it was my way of saying like, you seem to really be enjoying that, and that seems to be more what you want to do. So do that, and that's okay. Have fun with that,
right.
and maybe I'll see you on the next one.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why you make jokes though?
What were my jokes?
You made friends. Motherfucker, camera one.
You did. Well, because I can't tell you on camera while I was in there.
Oh, all right, we'll talk about it afterwards.
It might be one of my Raptress quotes later.
Oh, hell.
Or prior.
We'll see.
We're going to keep you on your toes, camera one left ear.
Hot mess, Lordy.
But you know.
I do not know.
I think you do. I think deep down you sort of know. I think you have an idea.
I don't know. I think I have an inkling.
Uh-huh.
I'll also ask you when we get done though.
But no, I'm not a good juggler. So I think in my eyes, first part was like, oh God, there's no way you're going to do all this.
But I live in chaos anyway.
Well, but stuff does fall by the wayside. I mean,
good old, I don't got a name for my liver. I just know I ain't. Anyway, continue, sir.
So listen, I've been having just ache right here. It's not really a pain, but mine's from pickleball, from like jerking.
Oh, gotcha.
And so
maybe straining.
But I was going to ask you. I wonder if yours might be related to the gym.
No, it's related to that good so gym
it was.
bean. Well, Crown Royal, but whatever. I'll take a sponsorship. No,
I'll take bags.
Yeah, I got like 40, not 40. I got a good 20 of them.
You already gave me 2.
Oh, okay, I could. Oh, yeah, I did. That was a long time ago. That was probably before we even started recording, wasn't it? I don't know.
Early, when we're still recording in the OG.
Oh, okay. That was on the iPad. Was it that far ago?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It was when we recorded in the apartment,
Oh, I hate that episode. The look of that episode, not the episode itself.
Well, it was the time after that, or the time before that. I came to you, to your home where the bags were.
Oh, okay, got
and
it.
I randomly remembered, hey, by the way, are those bags here?
Oh, yeah, because I keep all of them
and
in one
you gave
bag,
me two, and I took them back with me. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be the same day as the donut day. Because I think only was with me.
I pulled out one of my clippers and I keep the guards in a crown roll.
And that's what reminded me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So whenever that was.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. I think it's on your Instagram or my Instagram.
It's like a year ago.
It might be more than that. Well, when this comes out, it'd be well over a year.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well over a year ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was looking at the burners, I was like, something has to get, you know what I'm saying? And you know that. Something, if you have three things, one of those three things is not going to get the attention that it might need.
Right. But part of doing Friends was because we don't have guests, which I don't have a problem with. And then also it allows me to practice with different video looks. That's why they look different. Like some of them are top and bottom. Some of them are left and right. Some of them are just one person, different graphics, shit like that. Because I want to get even better at this part of it as well.
And you're still doing it.
Well, getting better?
It's just under a different name now.
No, it's totally different. It doesn't look the same. It's not the same concept or anything. It's literally me interviewing people about what they do.
But it's the same, like, there's a camera, there's a microphone.
Oh, well, it got to be recorded somehow.
But you know what I'm saying? It may not be this with a random person sitting in this chair, randomly switching out, like interviewing a new co-host or anything.
No, definitely not doing that. I told you felt the way.
I told you.
No, you didn't. You just said you thought I had too many burners. That's not the same thing.
You do.
But that's my life in general.
I didn't say it was a good choice. I just said you had a lot of burners.
Yeah, but I have a lot of burners even before we ever did though.
But I didn't know that.
Oh, you always tell me I'm late. My life is chaos. It is what it is.
I didn't know you, pre-knowing you.
Oh, gotcha,
I didn't know that you've always been.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
I had an idea though.
I had an inkling. Yes, I live in chaos of my own doing.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yes, now I know what you're talking about. But my life is chaos in general, which I
think you just like to have more than one.
Depends on what it is. Depends on what
so far, everything.
I hate you. You're horrible.
That's what I was.
Cold-blooded. I still love you though.
Listen, it took me a while to get to that spot. Wasn't sure I was going to work that in.
Cold-blooded.
Well, I'm just saying, like, well, I think it was because, like, I mean, you are doing the same thing. It's just not called the same name.
But I'm not, though, because I wasn't interviewing them.
And it's under a thing. Mm-hmm. But so you're doing now what I told you to do with the last one.
What you mean?
Interview.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. I don't remember that, but I'm not going to say you didn't say it, because I have a bad memory also.
I said it here.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying you didn't say it. I don't have the best memory, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's why we haven't recorded. No, I don't remember the episode number, though.
Oh, Lord.
But I said, I was like, because you were like, I just really want to interview people. You were like, I really just want to talk to them about what they're doing. And I'm like, well, then stop doing the topics and just interview them. And you were like, oh, yeah, that'd be I probably should do that.
Hey, rock on then. Shit, we in there.
You were like, let me cancel this show and do a new show and do exactly what.
And now I don't have to be on camera or nothing. I just sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you do.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though. I've been able to do the stuff I practice on that, I get to add to this.
Nice.
For real. Like the 4K aspect, I've been able to add that to it and different things like that. Okay. I have noticed, though, most people don't actually have a 4K TV. Like, most people have a 1080p, which kind of threw me off. Because I thought...
Well, they're cheaper.
Well, yeah, but you know how it's commercials, 4K. But
that's because they want you to think that.
Yeah, not as many people... Most people have a 1080, but most people don't actually have a 4K, which threw me off.
I think I do.
I don't either. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 TVs.
5.
No, you gave us a 4th one.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
Did you catch that? Camera 2 right here.
No, I know one of them is a 4K. The rest
Got a bird flying. Sorry, right here.
No, the rest of them are 1080, which I was like, what the fuck? And like you say, you see it on TV. 4K, it's on sale, Black Friday. Yeah. Most people have a 1080p.
Yeah, because it's still expensive, even on Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
Which now is, they should just call it Black Week.
That's racist. That's racist. But it's funny, I'm with you. Because it took a long, I didn't even know for years, I didn't know they called it Black Friday because that's, once they do those sales, that's when all businesses are supposed to like come out of the red and become profitable for the year. Something like that. Like if you're in the red, you're losing money as a business. When you go into the black, I guess that means
red was positive.
Is it red? It's one of the colors is profit and one is loss. I don't know which colors. I think it's black.
I think black is loss.
Is it? It might be, but whatever it is.
I might be wrong. Left ear, camera 1. Comment below.
I don't know.
I think because it in my mind, I think in my mind, I have to remind myself that it's the opposite of what I think it is. And I think red is bad, black is good.
Right.
And I think it's the opposite of that.
You might be right. Because I thought it was like you're in the red, like people would say, you're in the red, which means you're losing money. But it might be I'm getting out of the black, which means you're getting out of the negative. I don't know. Yeah. But whatever the phrase, I know that's why it's...
Like I'm thinking dark hole would be negative versus red sun, which is positive.
I don't know. I'm not going to say you're right or
probably wrong.
I have no idea. But I know that the name comes from something along those lines. Okay. But yeah.
Unfortunately, today we don't have our earpieces in, so
we have no sitting audience.
We can't get any feedback immediately.
No, but I think so. I don't know.
Anyway, but that, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but 4K TVs are not.
But Black Friday, it would seem like since they're giving it away, they wouldn't be profitable. They would be less profitable.
But I think it works like a gas station. Like gas stations don't make money off gas. They make money off all the shit on the inside. So I think as you go buy like toys for your kids, they don't really make money off that. I think they make money off like the batteries and all the accessories that go with all the shit. I could be wrong though. Huh? Because like when I worked at Radio Shack, that's how it worked. Our biggest profit was like batteries, accessories. Granted, Radio Shack ain't been around forever. Yeah.
That's because nobody bought anything at Radio Shack
and
but
the
batteries.
Reason why they went out of business is because part of the reason was like 2 years in a row, they didn't advertise Black Friday specials. And we both know with Black Friday, especially then, this is 04, 05. Like Black Friday specials, people like mapped out routes. Like I'm going to this store, I'm picking this particular, the Tickle Me Elmos, all that shit.
Oh yeah.
They didn't advertise nothing. And like we were sitting there Black Friday, like just regular customers came in, not the rush. So yeah, that contributed to their fall. Not advertising your money-making day.
You might be right, man.
Yeah.
Good question. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Comment below on life.
Yeah.
Whatever you think about life updates, friends, not friends, whatever.
Crazy. Is that all we got?
I guess that's it.
All right,
Is that our life update?
I guess so.
All right.
If you don't see an episode after this, check our social medias, run through that, and then I'll close. My bad.
Oh, God. Listen, forgot to do that quick. Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com. We'd love to get a good email. Yeah. Even if we're not recording, but sporadically. Be great to have an email. Maybe that'll spur us on.
It'll douse some of the burners.
The burners aren't getting doused.
No, that's just life.
FYI, it's not life. It's his life. And they're not getting doused.
You don't think most people live in chaos? Not as much as chaos as mine, but...
I only know you and the other one.
Who's that one?
The one that worked with us briefly and then moved.
Down to the southern part of the north?
Yep.
Yeah, but in my opinion, their chaos seems a little worse than mine.
It's a shared chaos.
Yeah.
Yours is...
yeah. I mean, mine is self-inflicted. I'm not in denial.
Siloed.
Terrible. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have some other stuff. It's scrolling up on the screen. TikTok, Nosey Podcast.
It'll be there. I just copy and paste. Thankfully.
Instagram. Nosey with good intentions. Twitter, Nosey good. Snapchat. It's whatever you have Michael saved as in your phone. Or burners.
That doesn't sound good. I don't want to be called burners. Ew.
Two mini burners.
2 burners? That was bad.
I got 2 burners.
That's bad too.
I think mine might have been worse. Not that it was a competition to see who could be worse.
That's usually me.
Turns out, yeah.
That's okay though.
Maybe that's a sign.
Not to make
If this is the last one, I was the worst one of the last one.
Of course.
You know what? Who knows what the future holds? You never know.
Well, it was the last time. Thank you for listening.
See you whenever.
Peace.